Hey everyone, it's your local emergency manager. So for this video, I decided to interview my good friend, Wayne Vandypool. Wayne has 60 years as a ham radio operator, so I could confidently say that he is a ham radio expert. I hope you like the video. Check it out.
Oh,
Wayne?
yeah, Cole.
Wayne, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. How are you?
Doing fine, I guess. As best I can do, I guess.
Oh, good. What was it that got you into ham radio?
Well, the first thing I would say, the best thing I could say how I got in radio was that my dad was a councilman in town where I was, where he worked as a person, and I got to tour with the police department one day. And I saw an amateur radio piece of equipment there, and I asked him about it, and he explained to me what it was about. And I told him about my interest in radio, because I always had an interest in radio communications and stuff. And I told him what to do and what they did with it. And they explained to me in very detail how it worked and all that stuff. And I found out it was belonged to the civil defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, I'd like to be able to help you out. And so my dad was a counselor, so helped a little bit too. And I was convinced that I would like to get my amateur radio license. So I got my amateur radio license and participated in getting my amateur radio license, and further helped them during when they had exercises for the civil defense. And that's how I got involved in it.
Awesome, Wayne. It's really cool.
I got that when I was forgot my first license, I guess, when I was about 10 or 11 years old, I guess.
It's pretty young.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no age restriction with amateur radio license. I've given tests to people who are as young as 8 and as old as 85 years old. So,
Wow.
now I've been a ham a long time.
Yeah. A long, long time. So I know you're really passionate about emergency management and ham radio and how they come together. So why is ham radio important to emergency management and other professions too?
Well, it's an effective communication when all else fails. And when like cell phones won't work, regular telephone lines may be taken down by a tornado or something of that sort, or water damage or snow damage or whatever. And amateur radio also has the capability of operating on frequencies that are not public safety frequencies, and we can transmit further distances, like in assistance with another state. We need public assistance from them, from maybe snowplows or something like that, or whatever. We can communicate further distances where public safety frequencies, which like the police department or the fire department uses short-range communications, it's not as far as amateur radio would go. We can assist in getting supplies or things needed from further distances away via ham radio, and also it also links the other municipalities or whatever to let them know what you're doing as well, and assist them as needed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. How does one take a ham radio test? Where do they go for that?
Okay, what it requires is I believe a fee of $10 to take the test. And what you do, you go before 3 amateur radio operators who are certified to give the test, and you can get the book and study for it. Getting an amateur radio relay league book and study the question pool. And when you're ready, you take it, and you pay a $10 fee to take the test. And you take it at your time, and I believe there's a fee to take the test. And you go and take the test, and if you pass it, you will get your license, and you'll be able to be good to go. There are now, let's see, there's the technician class, there's the general class. I don't think the advanced class is still available. It may be, I'm not sure about that. But there's an extra class, that's the lowest to the highest in levels. So you start out as a technician, and then you work your way, you take your general, and if you want to take your extra class. I don't think there's the advanced class anymore.
Okay. Awesome. Do you want to talk about your club and where and when they meet?
Okay, our amateur radio club is presently not meeting, but we usually meet at the Western Sizzlin on the third Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock. It's our meeting time, but we do usually show up a little earlier, like 6 o'clock to have dinner, and then we have our meeting and discussions and what has to be done. But it has right now, presently, the Western Sizzlin has not opened for us to go back, and our president, Jonathan Evans, has not made it known to the rest of the club
Mm-hmm.
when we're going to have a club meeting. Now, we also have the emergency management part of it, which is called RACES, which stands for Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service. We're the ones who assist the police department and the fire department whenever with backup communications. And we meet that on the fourth Tuesday of the month at the Search and Rescue Building on Highway 333 and Highway 64 at 7 o'clock. And also, our amateur radio club meeting usually starts around, regular club meets around almost like 7 o'clock at the same time. So, and that not to confuse you, but we do meet over there on the fourth Tuesday over there at the Search and Rescue Building there. It's a white building there, which serves the community and emergency management as well. So we have our meetings, our regular amateur radio club meetings haven't started yet because of the coronavirus problems right now. But once we get started again, we'll meet there wherever the president decides that we're going to have our meeting. So that's undecided right now when we're going to go back to our regular club. I'm looking forward to getting back to doing these people there to get to see what's going on, analyze it, since we've been out for a while now because of the virus.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking to go back to meetings too.
Well, I hope so.
Things open back up.
What I mentioned about amateur radio too, we operate different modes of communications that regular public safety frequencies don't use. So if a voice communication can't get through, we operate single sideband, which is a voice communication. We also use AM. We also use FM communications, like the services that are used on your regular communications, like the fire department and all that stuff. We don't operate on their frequency. We operate only on frequencies that we are authorized to use. And we also, like I say, use different modes. We use Morse code as one, voice communications on FM and AM, and other modes of communications too for longer distance than that. And we can talk longer distances too, which is, like for instance, we could talk to another state in California from here via ham radio, into Europe or into anywhere else in the world by communications, by different modes of communication.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And if you need a demonstration of amateur radio sometime, let me know. I'll give a demonstration there, and maybe we can generate the interest. You're going back to school for your master's, so maybe we can get together, work together, and maybe get some interested in our emergency management classes and get them to get their licenses, because it's a plus in their direction if they want to really pursue emergency management, because they say, do you have an amateur radio license? That's a plus in their favor because of getting a job.
Absolutely.
And because they know you're trained in something in an area, because I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, and I haven't stopped yet, and I've done it in different states, so you have to learn different procedures in different states, but it's basically the same thing, and RACES has helped out in lots of things and other things too, getting people messages back and forth to loved ones in another country or whatever, and stuff like that. There's all different ways we can communicate. There's other public safety frequencies and regular other types of forms of communication can't get out, and it landed me a job in broadcasting too, because I had some skills in broadcasting too, which now too, and it's taught me how to build radios and ham radio hobby did, and it's also helped me being able to speak, on radio and being able to be heard and transfer messages back and forth, and gave me a little confidence in myself that I'm doing something for the good of other people.
Absolutely. I also work with radios in my job, and they've really improved on my self-confidence also.
I started at the local level in the police department, helping out with them, giving out messages back to the state. And then when I moved to Cape May Courthouse in New Jersey, from Stone Harbor, I became in the county level. So, and I also did some work for this. I did volunteer work for the state too at one time too, for the state police.
Right.
And state police at one time. So I just progressively moved up, and I also became a volunteer examiner, and it takes 3 people to give you the test for that. You may want to add that to your thing, and you study for it, and you're ready to go and take it and go with it, run with it, and see what you can do with it. The better you progress your license up to the top, to X class, you don't have to go extra class, but you have all the privileges of amateur radio with that. With a general class license, you can do quite a lot with that, nationwide or whatever too, with that.
Absolutely.
And also from country to country too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. See, if we needed a country assistance from another country, maybe we could get help through ham radio too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's assisted. Red Cross, they use it. Sometimes the Red Cross uses amateur radio frequencies, and
Yeah.
it's endless what you can do. I mean, just as long as you have the knowledge and you have the license and you want to learn more, you can learn more. That's why they have progressive licenses too, from the technician to general and then extra. And they used to have ones in between there, but they did away with them now. But the higher you go in level, the more privileges you get, and the extra class you get to all the privileges of amateur radio, from slow scan TV that's more advanced to Morse code.
Well, and thanks. I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you.
All right, spread the word out to school that
I will.
Hey everyone, I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave me a like or rumble down below. Comment if you have any questions or want to say anything. Thanks guys.